In this episode of We Are Adventure Riders, we're in Montenegro and are just blown away by the incredible landscapes this country has on display. From the Bay of Kotor to Lovcen National Park and Lake Skada. Plus our bike decides to take a rest on the famous Serpentine Road. Well, we just had a little tumble on the bike. Well, a topple, not a tumble. And something terrifying puts an abrupt end to our hike. Hello. We'd like to leave Croatia, please. Very good, hola, thank you. Goodbye. Lucy, we're in Montenegro. Come on. What welcome to Montenegro. Look at the view down the valley. We're headed to Kotor. Bay is just stunning, isn't it? Morning. So today is our first full proper day in Montenegro after crossing the border from Croatia yesterday. We stayed near Kotor last night.
We stayed in an Airbnb with a lovely bed and we have the beautiful view of the Bay of Kotor behind us. And we watched the sunset last night and it was really nice.
And today's plan is to head back over the mountain into Kotor to see the Old Town and explore around a little bit. And then this afternoon
we're going to drive the Serpentine Road. Snaky, snaky.
Kotor Old Town area is the old town wall on the outside. A nice little marina at the edge of Bay of Kotor here. It looks strange with that gigantic cruise ship parked at the side of this cute little old town. We're wandering around Kotor Old Town and it's lovely. I mean, it's a nice old town, but I've got to be honest, after all of these Croatian old towns, they're starting to all look the same and blend into one another.
They do blend in a little bit, but this one's surrounded by beautiful hillsides, cliffs.
Alright, we're ready, Luce. Ready? Alright. The Bay of Kotor. Well, we just had a little tumble on the bike. Well, a topple, not a tumble. Basically, we're on this pretty tight road coming up towards the Serpentine, and we come around a corner, and then a huge tour bus was coming around the other corner. So I tried to like tuck in, but there was a little ditch, and there was like nowhere to go. So we went in the ditch, and then we sort of stood there on the bike as all of this tour bus goes by, waving like, "Hello, thanks for stopping." Not. And then we sort of looked around at the bike like, well, I can't get underneath it to pick it up.
We had 2 men come and save the day.
3 men. 3 men.
We're just fixing this.
Yeah, but it's come loose, the wing mirror. Apart from that, nothing. So, let's fix the wing mirror. So all these tools I'm carrying,
it does come
proving to be useful, hey? And just like that, it's fixed. Let's get back on the road. Wow, view coming into view. Oh, yeah. I think this is the start of the Serpentine Road. What a view that you get. That is breathtaking. So the Serpentine Road is a small mountain pass that goes straight up the side of one of the mountains surrounding the Bay of Kotor. Almost the top here, the view is absolutely breathtaking down over the Bay of Kotor. This is a viewpoint. This is a viewpoint, I tell you. This time we stop here and we don't end up in a ditch.
We're at Lovcen National Park.
Yeah, at the tippy top, we drove all the way up here. You don't have to walk up, but the view, it's like panoramic view, apart from this mausoleum behind us, of Montenegro. You can probably see like the borders of Montenegro because it's such a small country. And finally for today, we are going to ride back to the coast, to the town of Budva, where there is another old town. But this time, we might hit the old town for a few tinnies, see where the night takes us. Fun riding roads, eh? We're arriving in Budva a little bit later than planned. It's like 6:30 now and we've not eaten. There's no camp spots nearby, so we're driving to a campsite that's in the centre of Budva to see how much it might cost. What have we ended up doing, Luce, my love?
We found a campsite because we're going to go out.
It's a pizza dinner, €6 with 3 slices. How is it, Lucy?
Oh yeah.
We're in the old town of Budva now, and okay, sure, another old town. We've seen like 7 of those now.
But we haven't seen it in the dark.
But yeah, we haven't seen one at night yet. And not when we've been able to get and enjoy some drinks and some food. Yeah, so we're gonna see what they're like at night time. Right, it is the afternoon. We had a very lazy morning on Jaz Beach. Now we are headed to Lake Skada, which is one of the biggest lakes in Europe and the biggest lake in the Balkans. It's actually shared between Montenegro in the north and Albania in the south. First we're headed to a viewpoint. We did not expect this type of road coming down to what is quite a popular viewpoint. It's very steep, it's a very bad road, but yeah, the viewpoint is coming into view. You can sort of see down there, the river. This could be one of the best viewpoints we've had this trip. We've been here for ages, just taking so many pictures and staring at it. Now it's time to try and move the bike off of this cliff top. So after enjoying that viewpoint for a while, we rode down to the river itself in this little town. We wanted to do a little hike, so we just asked some local and he said, yeah, just like walk down there, walk up the river a bit and you go and see some caves and a waterfall. Before we left, the guy was like, oh, but you can't do them, you know, you need proper footwear. We were like, why? We do everything in our flip-flops. Don't worry, it'll be fine. He goes, there's the snakes that you need to be worried about. But then it turned out that spiders' webs going across the path that you can't see until it's all over your face. So we went as far as we could.
Until Matt walked through a huge web. I saw a huge spider on it and legged it the other way.
I heard a scream behind me and saw her running.
Black herring.
And now on the way back, on the same path that we walked all the way down here. We keep walking through them and seeing them, and we're like, how did we go all this way without getting caught in any? I think they saw us come past and then they set their web for us to come back. So we've sort of given up on the hike.
But we did see tortoises, wild ones.
Yeah, which is kind of weird. I've never seen a tortoise in the wild before, and they just looked a bit odd. They looked like someone had just placed them there. This town's actually really strange. It's really small and half of it's just derelict. Like all these buildings are just half falling down and empty and all overgrown. And then some of them inside, it's like literally looks like a jungle. And then another one is still like full of furniture and stuff. And then the other half of the town is full of just people doing boat tours and like one restaurant. It's a very weird little place. And then someone's built like a luxury home at the end of the derelict street. It's so random. So we stayed in the same town last night, Rijeka, Corner Javica, and we stayed at a campsite right by the riverbed, which you can just see down here. This really nice like patch of grass right along the river. Oh, it's beautiful, and the owner was lovely. This morning we're heading down a little road like this, I think for most of the ride, to the other end of Lake Skada. So Lake Skada is known as Montenegro's main wine region. So you can see here where all this greenery is. It's where the lake shrinks and grows. So depending on how much rainfall there has been that year, the lake will grow a lot bigger. Look at that, Lucy Lou! Isn't that special? Today's road is a lot like this all the way. Very tight road carved through these mountains, surrounded by bushes, trees and vegetation. Yeah, the further we drive along this lake, the more you can appreciate just how big it is. I think this is Albania. This is the final few miles in Montenegro. Here's the border, Montenegro and Albania. This is always the shit part of borders, especially on a bike when it's hot. Some local just drove by in a car and told us to go around. So we're doing it. Let's see. So what, we just cut the queue or pretend we were this group of bikers?